That would be a betrayal of the trust that the Ghanaian people put in me on the 7th of January this year. And as a result, we established this committee within the government to design a policy for us, not just to stop it, to reclaim the land, to let our rivers work again, but also to see how we can figure a way for all these able-bodied young men who are involved in this activity to find an alternative livelihood. So it's a package. It's a package that we have designed to try and bring this menace to a conclusion. I've said it in the cabinet, and perhaps it's the first time I'll be saying it in public. I am prepared to put my presidency on the line on this matter. I've heard it being said that I should be careful. Many of these people voted for me, and if I continue this exercise, perhaps they will not vote for me again. If by the grace of God I'm in a position, my party allows me to go again, and I have the health and everything to go again, that I'll not get it again. And I'll say to myself, well, this is a choice that all of us have to make as human beings. You do what you think is right, or do you do what you think will allow you to get along? I think that you do what you think is right. That is what you're required to do.
Exactly. Inti President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo say we be president. It's better to do what you think is right than to do what will win you a political power. Until he was prepared to put his presidency on the line. And Nana man one quant well. It's gonna shock you, say Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. Esanya another opportunity. Esia Ghana for BM. Esanya this handsome way then. Etoso. Listen to him.
This Galamsey matter, which has risen a lot in Ghana today. In the last election in the mining districts of the country, the MPP did very badly. Largely because the NDC presidential candidate and the party had gone around the mining areas and saying that the policy that I was implementing of trying to stop Galamsey would be reversed when he came to power, and that those who were already in jail for offenses, the Galamsey offenses, all of them would be amnestied. When I said I was putting my presidency on the line, that's what I meant, that I was prepared to take the political risk involved in trying to deal with this Galamsey phenomenon. The result, of course, was that the mining districts, especially in the western region, all of them, including almost, nearly, even Takwa, was lost to the MPP. That is what I meant when I said I'm putting my presidency on the line, that I was prepared to take the political risk involved in coming to grips with this problem. Today, he's saying that no, he doesn't believe in jailing, that he's against Galamsey, that he will enforce the law. So once again, we have to ask ourselves, Mr. J.M., where do you stand? What are you telling the people of Ghana? Because every time you speak from one corner of your mouth and you speak from another corner of your mouth. Let us hear from you direct, straight up, what do you stand for? We need to know. The candidate, the MPP presidential candidate, has gone on record as saying that as far as he's concerned, he is prepared to sign a pact that will take the Galamsey issue out of our politics, to depoliticize it, to commit him and our party, all of us, agreeing that we would deal with this Galamsey phenomenon on a non-partisan basis. We have yet to hear from the NDC presidential candidate. I'm asking him to also come out and support the idea of a political pact on Galamsey.
If I just say clear. That was prior to the electionary campaign, and another Danko Akufo-Addo there, President John Dramani Mahama say, President enye ni I bet mama fighting galamsey in Ghana. Those were the words of Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. Right? Sometimes I say it baffles me when say, then President John Dramani Mahama, and he is keenly fighting galamsey NPP for someone to say. I'm saying, Nana say President John Dramani Mahama kasafa na no left her or cancer for or cancer right or cancer for Dramani straight. No who in the position on galamsey. And I want Nana Danko Akufo-Addo na okoye emra. Expanded the punishment na ewo Minerals and Mining Act no ema minimum of 15 years, maximum of 25 good years. And no phone yaba. And a one kasa o bad boy chama Wontumi ankasa chama ya ono osia oyo. And mbra no achicha Wontumi any amane 20 good years kama pa. And people for many years come almost one ase. But this is the position of NPP now. It is the question we are asking Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, and they say, why in a Kasafaha or Kasafaha on Kasa Street? That is the kind of question we are asking Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo Kasayo. Now when I say, "Yes, Chicha, Munufie we are NPP for some kopa President John Dramani Mahama." Echew.
Ora afenyo market. Any a compare kwa Japan, Kennedy of Japan. These two people called President Mahama, just by making you on the phone, and they apologized to President Mahama on behalf of Chairman Wontumi. Just by making you, they apologized to President Mahama on behalf of Chairman Wontumi. Chairman Wontumi offended the public, let's put it this way, politically. So when they apologized to President Mahama, Mahama was laughing and said, okay, no problem. And he shared something that Chairman Wontumi said to him, I don't want to repeat it. No problem. But later, a conversation, about 30 minutes later, the President Mahama sent a video to a fellow market phone, and the Japan phone said, just your own people send me jelly. Jelly, your friend say, Wontumi.
So what I say? Almost say, according to Zigano, NPP for call President John Dramani Mahama was a Bonibia Chairman Wontumi be an infant channel. And a President Mahama send you a message, according to Ziga. I show say NPP for Ankasa. And a catcher President John Dramani Mahama say, Chairman Wontumi, yam punish this and say Chairman Wontumi. I galam say, ewa mainum. What in common I say? To what? Because I'm building a case. And President Mahama, so on funny who NG Ghana politics system numsa. Enti yentu yabo. Na judiciary nagasan in taking its own course. Na after they say judiciary ne started taking a course. Na NPP for nagasa science started. Kuchabo President John Dramani Mahama. But I'm going to prove it to you. Say, Chairman Wontumi ni fail away of failure no. Made in the lawyer and the appear could be a play key and active role. Emma Chairman Wontumi sebi akode fiase e be prove ya chero e bi o ha bia me kan onti ase. But this is judgment na e bae from the High Court. Ye de Chairman Wontumi e koye no. Ziga can talk. Ziga can talk. If your mom was at a friend, want to open a building, we are then we will open the phone lines. What I say, if they want can jail mama, right? And the Republic versus Bernard and Chibosiakon and others in the Superior Court of Judicature, in the High Court of Justice, Criminal Court 4, held in Accra on Monday, the 20th day of July 2026, before her ladyship, Justice Audrey Kokuvi Te, Justice of the High Court, case number CR 0004/2026, the Republic versus Bernard and Chibosiakon at Wontumi, the day in the enemy defender Chairman Wontumi. Kwame entry, Sani Pan, they say, we're planning to see no be any baby or. And Akonta Mining Company Limited. Akonta Mining, so you need to say Chairman Wontumi, Edia. I'm going to take you through the judgment. Now, my viewpoint to be such a we are now a Chairman Wontumi and Cassette TV, so lawyer be a quarter now, the way I tell you, or address Chairman Wontumi lawyers now. And then I call court no. Bibia answer my beautiful lines na tom. What I say? Na afi de me ne mu nyina abo adwuma na aye den. Abom. Enti ma memfa mo nko the relevant portions of this particular judgment. Any nsem bi e call so e wo court ho. Mato me bo ase kan document ni nyina abusuafo. Na afi de me bom kire wa. Wo hia chairman Wontumi ne lawyer fo a. Mesero any NP before a. No bi so mo se san nsem we nyina no. E call so e wo court ho. Madike ka se pe the Minerals Act in section 14 no. Uni ho kwan se ukwaji asase a wo de komo obi aso nko yi bibia wo so. Owie wa wo show no me kan asem no. Ghana's Mineral Act no, there was section 14 bi wo ha. Uni ho kwan se ukwaji asase a amemfa de into ha na men kan the same thing nchire me say me so say NPP ni bi behwe me baka say oboa bibia sa ni ho. Ene da ha no. Count 1 and 3 assignment of mineral right without approval. Amemfa me ho emeto ana menye me ho keto kakra na mo hu ni yiye kama pa. E pa cho say nema nye claim ma obetimi aka kire me. Court say e pa cho court document na making. The first and third accused persons are charged with the offenses in section 14(1) and section 99(2)(b) of the Minerals and Mining Act 2006, which is Act 703, as amended by section 3 of the Minerals and Mining Act 2019, Act 995. The offenses is defined as follows. A mineral right, I mean, you say, no one can see. If I just wait me, I can't so if you say wait me, I can't then I can also expand it. But for me, I think say it's okay. A mineral right shall not in whole or in parts be transferred, assigned, mortgaged, or otherwise encumbered or dealt in a manner without the prior approval in writing of the minister, which approval shall not be unreasonably upheld or given subject to unreasonable conditions. I mean to boss na minchirumu near Minerals Act we echere say se ukoje concession ana oje asase se o de kwa akoye gele o de kwa akoye mine na e pa cho yesi woni ho kwan se sa asase na wakwa akoje no o transfer de ma obi a woni ho kwan se o mo obi a ho kwan se onkonko ye adwuma wo so woni ho kwan se sa asase no ko mortgage ana wo de ya de fufuro bia enyam prescribe wo sa amra na wo kokoje yenum na mpo no se wo pese wo ye bibia on it a ese wo command the minister designate no ekoje prior approval in writing e wo minister no ho e pa cho se Ghana so no law e wo Ghana na che say agudie bi e sha asase bia e president e dia and a president ama minister powers on acting on his behalf. What I say? But somewhere I can say the boy Wontumi, it didn't happen under President John Dramani Mahama. It happened under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. But that is the first thing. Yes, NPP ni can say President John Dramani Mahama and yes, there be under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And a chairman Wontumi kwa je is a mining concession we say. And at the other day and they say okopore hubi. Edema nipana yede one chairman Wontumi emuko jina court no ba che won say ba kubi prosecution witness, right? My member go back to the document again. Then I read, or we all read, because me can na afedi nyina egu so na ye den ye boko kakra. You see, the first and third accused persons admit not having ministerial approval. Eti chairman Wontumi ene na konta mining eji tu mu say omo transfer property ni diama nipa ba ko obi so nko ye adwuma wo so no omanji minister approval pachoti o haye. You see, during cross examination this conversation took place between PW4, which is prosecution witness 4, and the counsel for the first and third accused persons. Counsel for the third and third accused persons, a lawyer and the appear could be as of that time. T. Is it to your knowledge that mining rights are transferable under the laws Minerals and Mining Act 703 as amended? And I'll say yes, my ladyship, they are transferable subject to ministerial approval. The question about the answer not also. Court document I can't chiro bacho, yamen am churo. In the event that a license holder wants to transfer his interest, who will file the application to the ministry to initiate such transfer? And answer by and say the holder of the mineral right, which is Chairman Wontumi. What I say? And the appear could be the visa question for you. Or say in your records at the Minerals Commission, do you have any such application by A3, which is a contaminant? Or say answer, or say not to my knowledge. That means there's nothing like that. I want to put it to you that A3 has never applied for a transfer of their interest in the land in Samra Boy and Abekwase. The company has not done that. No, my lady, they never applied. That means Chairman Wontumi apply bibia sa. Ono ane lawyer ena ebisa. I'm saying the work kwase ha. Na kwa hwa ade bi wa ase ho. Esro. Papa na ye be kana se be fen Henry Okum. Ono ena Chairman Wontumi e fa ne se onko ye adwuma wa asase no so. Ya say further, under cross-examination, PW2 provided further testimony to consolidate his trade and livelihood. The following conversation ensued between him and counsel for the first and third accused persons. They say, "Yede ora onkum ko jina adaka mu no, Chairman Wontumi lawyer ansem obisa anene." O say, in your witness statement, in paragraph 1, you indicated that you are a small-scale miner. How long have you been a small-scale miner? Ebache yewura okum na Chairman Wontumi ko fan as a manager no. Papa no na adwuma wa ye ne say or a small-scale miner. Ono on reclaiming asase. O de me do beduru ho ubehu. And now Chairman Wontumi lawyer bisa ne say what can paragraph him say we a small-scale miner. And how many years na wa ye adwuma? And papa no man answer say I have been working for about 7 years. Or say, have you obtained, that is the second question, have you obtained any license for your activities as a small-scale miner? And the papa say, me what licenses are, HSM, a small-scale miner. Then he went on, when did you obtain the license? And Omar answer, said 2017. And it is confirmed to say, papa never okumuno, a small-scale miner. I found kwase ho ade bi so pio land reclamation Chairman Wontumi catch the court say ono no fa okum say onko reclaim land oso na adwuma Chairman Wontumi say on de oje asase na ode kwakoye mine no okoye no hu say asase no obi edike kotutu so obi edidi so say asase no and ono in his own wisdom Chairman Wontumi nim nyansa dodo and okọ catch the rule onkum say onko reclaim land ne ma no now they take conversation a course or conversation because PW1 I say you are expert opinion. Does it cost money to reclaim a mine line? Attorney General Ebisa expert say see a case of being reclaiming lander a kostuska and a kostuska. And I answer about was it definitely so case of being reclaiming land there. Nipan is going to pump in money. Plus, tell this court if you know how much it costs to generally reclaim a 1 kilometer square piece of land. It is Chairman Wontumi the cover papa we buy so an expert. And Attorney General bisa ne say, on can say reclaim as I say 1 kilometer. Ebe cost so saying. And an expert and say, my lady, it differs from site to site. Also, as I said here. A BRD different. It is any ITBS as CBA or Nebo. Or say, can you give us a range? No, Attorney General, so there might be in a range. Or say the range is specific to the ground conditions. And I still Papa Niso. As I said, it depends, say, I say, you know, and on the bachelor, how would this Kaburam? It's okay. That's it. Do you know, since you are so confident in your witness statement that A1 only authorized PW2 to carry out reclamation only and not mining and reclamation. If A1 has given any money to PW2 for the reclamation that he has asked PW to carry out on the concession, or say answer and say, I have no idea about that. You be saying say, "Ose we reclaim as I say, e di sika kese eni wuram." Na ube timia ka the court to say Chairman Wontumi ema ewura okum sika say on fa reclaim as I say no. Akwa na say no de in fact Mimi uhu. Because me nye sure so say chama Wontumi ayi bibia na ha na agoro no na ha na agoro no me be kan di bi akere me start from be in fact no court say kan court bi akere ba bi hu say lawyers no omo deceive chama Wontumi because emra na American ka akere osoro ho no say ukogye asase now the question obi nsa say nipa no ko ye adwuma bia wo so a ese ukọ minister ho na kogye approval chama Wontumi nso say wa nkogye TNT. Yes, in fact, during cross-examination, when PW2, which is Okum, repeatedly in his claim, counsel for the first and third accused did nothing about it. That is what happened. Yes, Ora Okum Ekasano, Chama Wontumi lawyer jina ho say to wanye hu amfa ho. Judge na eka o mepacho nyame na meka. Nyame na mchura de we. Otena ho Emma Uro Okum, Emma answers in a chama Wontumi ne lawyer for Antimi Mowa. I say this is what happened. Into court on and say bisa ibini. Were you able to extract some gold in your operation? Ebisa Uro Okum say. Chama Wontumi des asenema say koye reclamation according to Chama Wontumi no say wo koye reclamation. Onso so Chama Wontumi de ma say fa koye galab say. Na abra wo ye adwuma no. Unya gold be free asase no any adwuma na wo ye wo ho no. I say yes of course. That was my aim of going there. I say my lady. Adwuma Chama Wontumi de ma me say me konkoye wo ho no. I say enkoye galam say. Yenko to gold. Enti me de adwuma de me ko ho no enti ampa me nya gold wo ho. And then there was another question. And when was your staff? And when your staff were arrested from the site, they took away some amounts of gold. Is that correct? And they began to say, "Abra a police for a site or chi nipa no mo ye adwuma no. A police for the site can gold be or say yes, my lady. No correct. I say no correct. Chama Wontumi lawyer no jin ho bankasa. Court say wa mo wa. O say papa na nye hwe. And they say, now lawyer and the appear could be into a sure say, Oko boy Chama Wontumi, and as Oko boy papa form. That is the kind of question now. Na mentias here. When my dibizo esrewa, me catch it say, a conta mine no, your Chama Wontumi. Any papa be as you would done, and a company no empany for. And TSA, the Attorney General inquired about the second accused. Whereabouts from the first accused, his conversation ensued. Bisa say, Chama Wontumi is the first accused person. Papa ba kubi ntu mame fa ni di mechira wa ha. Me di kan di ni di ne bechira mo ha say. He is the second accused person. Ye fe na Kwame Antwi. He is the second accused person. Ono omo so wadwane. Enti na Attorney General wanted to know say na sa akwa na say all this one ye hu ni ba bia na he. Enti ye kwa ko bisa sa kind of questions no. Enti pa cho ti ne me ko so ho. I say, where does A2 live? Ebisa say, Ebisa, during cross-examination, the Deputy Attorney General inquired the second accused whereabouts from the first accused. His conversation ensued. Ti Ekobisa Chama Wontumi ba bia. We say first accused no. I say Otehemfa, which is the A2 second accused no. Otehemfa. And Chama Wontumi say, he was then living in Takwa, but between year 2021 and 2022, he made his mind to travel. Since then, I have never heard from him. How are you related to this Kwame Antwi? Nebisa so na ono Kwame Antwi no. Obi a wo ne nyina wakoti company. Na mo ye gold mine adwuma. Na nipa no 2021 to 2022 akra so otu kwan on frɛ wo da onye wo hwe. Enti no unua no na say odien no. And also da be nyame nua no. We are directors of Akonta Mining Company Limited. Na Chama Wontumi so da be nyame nua no Akonta Mining kwa na me ne adwuma. Na asem no enko straight papa. Kanokware o. Uni obi at a company. A company no ye mining. Between 2021 and 2022 ho baby and nipa ne say me tu kwan okoye ne no no wonte ne ka biem. Se wakowuo so tia so so dey wonte ne ka biem nti Kwame Antwi ne yepe Kwame Antwi ne kwa ye hu no. And then Attorney General say bisa question biem say tell the court the last time you as directors of Akonta Mining Company Limited filed your annual returns with the Office of the Registrar of Companies. Chairman Wontumi say, I can't remember.
Order in the court.
Hey, by law, no what to buy any company and kasa. Ese afibia no uko file or returns or company register ho. Chairman Wontumi so no on kaida or koye se adwuma no. I say, hey, chairman, what kind of correct?
Order in the court.
Nti wo scanning na oje na wadi. Hey. Na me de over kwa ma chire osika dodo a na etimi beto Chairman Wontumi account um. Abra wo so no onko file hwi no. Chairman Wontumi na nkasa e be chire sika ni gold mines no emeki. Also they are so keke and call gold mines for physical Chairman Wontumi to make it.
Hey. Chama wada kwa ni sika bo open.
Oh. Me se me de shovel na koye. Enti me ba. Me pese me kyerɛw. Pese me kyerɛw ade. Me pese me kyerɛw. We 27 February.
Okay.
27 February, remember
2013.
2027.
What?
It's free 25th nearby, remember. And say 1.7 million US dollars.
Wow. And you better.
That you go so. Where that be January 31st. What you say? January, because we be free January, and what about February, until January 31st, no, mean 1.5 million US dollars.
1.5
million US dollars.
Yes, we'll be better America some years.
America, America,
yeah, on first one from a while.
What do I say? What do we say? February 6th, say free 31st, and the other 6. I know you say.
One say.
One, me find 1.1, nearly 1.1.
Yeah.
What I say? Million US dollars.
Wow.
Oh, cameraman, no crying at this. I had the 50, no. What I say? Aggressive.
Ti wo hom po a Chairman Wontumi di mo amate America no. Wo so betra Americans a sika ono wo no unya bi da. Chairman Wontumi na eka o.
Order in the court. Shamak Israel Yehovah.
Chairman is ono or the asokeke eco gold mines wa also the millions of dollars. Ono na fa na statement o. And OBM and all kinds of $1.6 million, $1.9 million, $1.2 million. Or this kind of flows are. Yes, and I said, no, America was saying, America, man, America for your wife, and Bogas, and was it king kwa him. And it's you, Yate. What can I yate? And at the Council for First and Third Accused Persons, which is Chairman Wontumi. Because your business Chairman Wontumi was a Kwame Nkrumah, was also doing Kwame Nkrumah. And you could be say, Okum say, do you know Kwame Nkrumah, which is A2? Also, no, I don't know him. Also, know him Kwame Nkrumah. I say, how do you know A3, Akunta Mainen? I say, I know Akunta Mainen, which is chairman. He happens to be my friend. Also, the business now Akunta Mainen, Chairman Wontumi, we know him fa. Also, Akunta Mainen, they know Chairman Wontumi. Me ni mo bi aka Chairman Wontumi ho. Nti say Chairman Wontumi so be the Kwame Nkrumah. Only in a be a company, they are me who's any panada. Now, maybe I can't contact my name, a Chairman Wontumi in a minimum. Because we are madam for. I say, how long have you known a contact mining limited? I say, I know a contact mining for quite some time now. So, also, not say Chairman Wontumi, me, I'm a paddy mine. Bibi, I'm a chairman, and intimate minim, Obiaka Chairman Wontumi will be more. You can't contact mine, be a guy had a Obia him say, a Chairman Wontumi. And send me a course or court or no. We na judge tenancy din because say judgment na dem Chairman Wontumi enye 20 years old. Hey 46 years. Me ba be kan ya kire o. It is obi ka kire say am Chairman Wontumi 20 years obwa. Ese sentencing. Am family say akaka na mo hwe me life no mo yi na yen kan. They be kan enwa sentencing we am about mo text messages no so. The sentencing ha na go no wo. You see the court takes notice of the gravity of the offenses and the need for deterrence to avert the environmental disaster that might befall the nation. The more law enforcement stays aloof and allows illegal mining activities to persist in the country. Court nekasa or judge nekasa. The offenses in this case relate to illegal exploitation of mineral resources, which are the property of the state. Mineral resources are the property of the state. The conduct of the first and third accused persons undermines the regulatory framework for the mining sector and contributes to environmental degradation associated with illegal mining. Until the second accused person, it might be said, Chama Wontumi no, and I did be a question of Menkasa about Ubiazo Nimno. And the judge and say, Chama Wontumi na conta mining, a Juma Monday say assassin or see a Dawson. Does it have listened to the counsel for the first and third accused plea in mitigation? The first and third accused persons are sentenced as follows.
Order in the court.
Taking into account the fact that the first and third accused persons are first-time offenders, and generally their plea in mitigation, the court sentences the accused persons as follows. Judge say, a woman say, Chama Wontumi na konta mine, yan form megina ha or criminal offense order. Intino, or take into consideration a lot of things. Until home, or the more judgment way.
Order in the court.
Count one.
Order in the court.
The first accused is sentenced to serve a term of 20 years on count one, no. 20 years imprisonment in hard labor. Until land reclamation, the Chama Wontumi connect their son also the two good in this kind of in hard labor. And also to a fine of 10,000 penalty units in default, serve 3 years in hard labor. Until on count one, Chama Wontumi 20 years. And I say, yes, I'm charging on 10,000 penalty units. But your penalty units be 12 Ghana cedis. For multiply 10,000. Yes, I say, Chama Wontumi and yes, I can into ya. Yes, I'm for 3 years in Canada in hard labor. I quit 23 years. So when Timen to ya. Until 20 years in Kwasa Chama Wontumi decide not to pay. And I say, is unable to pay her or come 23 years. On count 4. The first accused is sentenced to serve a term of 20 years, another 20 years more, in hard labor. Hey, Chama, any that so, but so to now the powers are say, and also to a fine of 10,000 penalty units in default, serve 3 years in hard labor. In the say, what the first 20 years in the second one 40 years. Say chairman, anti-men to your penalty unit now, and also 3386, about 46. In principle, the court has sentenced Chama Wontumi 46 years. But the good thing is I was serving in a concurrently in the album. On count 3, the third accused is sentenced to pay a fine of 15,000 penalty units. What I say? And the akonta mine and so no, yes, I'm on 15,000 penalty units. Yes, and so too because when you akonta mine and so on yenipa. But Ning and Bibia a Chama Wontumi na ye. In terms of 15,000 multiplied by 3, on count 2 to 15,000 multiplied by 3. Yes, sentences in or concurrently. What I say? In addition, according to court, per section 9 of the Minerals and Mining Act, Chama Wontumi state in Aji Niama or the year Galamsey in the Nina and caterpillar say Chamfanya excavator will be a state Aji. That is coming from the judgment of Chama Wontumi. The American actually John Mama Dimbamu. A yentansa and another Dako Kufa to Gina Simpioso, and may the boy Chama Wontumi no. And no, the Chama Wontumi, a good Gina Amani Hunumu. Which NPP Nibino Canada, John Mama, and just a court document in the one be. John Mama Dinim. The Dini be the state and a Chama Wontumi. I mean, can messages about if we are Medoba NPP lawyer before. Or say, one no call, be NPA Chama Wontumi lawyer for me, no na. A court representative Chama Wontumi court now. Also, no one tells us or Mabon. No, but Chere Juju and Trixa as a go play to free Chama Wontumi. I mean, can messages. Please, Kwame MP could be the same Bernard Chibosi Wontumi may have been born on Saturday. This are the works of politicians. Well, it's possible. Because as we speak, Chairman Wontumi dey bisa say Kwame Ntwi no here so onu nimba be Kwame Ntwi tu kwan. Yenra okum so hu Kwame Ntwi bi ada. Enti I say obi ani be Kwame Ntwi ne wo. Sa na asem tie. Me pa job as I present no obetimi aframe me on +358 46537264 I'll pick your calls and then we do justice to BBI because this say oh what I just want person friend there. I think say that is the WhatsApp line and they adwuma. What I say all those kind of messages but you can also call along the point. I'm in for through na men camera some messages in a doors one. I'm for be in free her amra. Priscilla say Echia will be why are there Priscilla Cook? Why are there pa? Mwano aye moka. They say they be she go Emily. I say Abronya is the next joint Wontumi following the Poyando, the GBC criminal. We mo group yes we Rikus. Well, group for no. Poyando. Poyando I be be say Poyando akwa na mobo. O say chaba Wontumi ko ide na say campaign o ye no. O say atonsuom. O say Wontumi nye. They say, hey, Paul, now they Chairman Wontumi, and I say, Chairman Wontumi and the finance me. They do everything during their regime without thinking about the consequences. Now it's all coming back to hit them. Emily, they don't know. So I study Chairman Wontumi very carefully. Any NPP for her. I think so. Might be a must say, Abayin best. That is what I think. Rufai, NPP ne de Chairman Wontumi co prison. That is what I think. I think say. No munim da say aban besesa na edibibi kura aba mental freedom why are they bibi aboko there don't say anything. Free SHS is one example. They did not think about the consequences first, and Addo Dankwa was just rushing everything. That is what he did. Or rashi bibia I said Addo panyi money Rikus Osofo Rikus say Addo has made the book of Esther work in the history of Ghana politics. How the plot to kill Mordecai turned and Hanam, the agitator, was killed. Hey, but what
Shamak Israel Yehovah. Elahenu Yehovah Ekat. Ahata et.
What I say? Priscilla Cook, they are or they abandon. NPP is an organized terror entity. If you see the devil in your dream, check out his T-shirt. It has NPP written on it. Hey, and they say you would be a mihubio, and you no, and you mitiate. Sana identity. Some of you are watching me live. Samuel, me that's papa. Why are there? Mau TV, you're also live from US. Why are they? Atomensa Ziga can talk o here. Kwano kaseto na nsem so kan so menim ba bia okofa nsem no so firi o. Menim ba bia Ziga ote nsem no because the way the guy talks o kasa odwen ho awon share antiase but sometimes odwen ho mo a asemo. Georgina say, Mr. Munufie, I have heard that the NPP is going to hold 6-day demonstration in the country against Wontumi 20-year jail. Have you also heard about it? But they can do whatever they want. It's up to them. Someone to want to, if you think say that is what you need to do, because it doesn't change anything. You have to go on other means of getting Chairman Wontumi out. It is up to them. Let's leave it up to them. Someone better not say. Namayemo concert party, some a demonstration. Ghana ni bia hu ade e wo man no mo. Enti se wo kote ba bi koka se President John Dramani Mahama ene tata mo ene yemu se a enye so se obi a je sa ade ni di sa. Ghana ni bia no obaje di. Wow. Enti I will plead with them say time no mo be sa nko se adwuma no. Sebi so mo ne kope bibia e be bo mo. Me ne bibia bako de.
Oh, baby, I'm going to pay you but also.
Me ho de pa UK boko.
UK boko. Yeah, that's the same. We say Fourth Republic. Yeah, and this intimi nchobi and the Chairman Wontumi set example.
Mo. Eno no.
Yeah, they set example.
Eno no.
And abronya ne sa sala ka oni the akeka ne de omunya abotre. Amon Brabason.
Sa.
Yeah, into the chairman Wontumi as set example. I
no.
say yes for public. Yes, we this will be at to because almost a bomb to me about 20. Yeah, the Bakupa set example.
Bakupa is no more tiano. Bakupa na siomo.
Bakupa and almost him.
We have an account one pay.
Just one. I come Ako.
Akabako pɛ mini ya medase
akabako na ya mu ya sano
medase
na samba ko me pesa me ketwa to ala mu nyina de omu keke nyina na nya ne kura mu nyina ka obi omu ya part of the trade and then omu nyina asema na ewie na afi de aka last minute na omu nyina atwo yes
medase
ala mu nyina me ka samba ala mu nyina no
metie o minia
Omo se ma na wie ansa mu nyina atwi omo ho na afi na ndam ba ka se mu nyina mo ka wo bi
medase minia udiri se na afre free here
hello
but udiri se afre free here
if you fit akwa
oh okay
the pastor program person baso
oh mpacho was live bit me akasa
okay let me say me so happy the way Wontumi church me share no I find and I'm happy because this is my first time I'm meeting you
okay
but I'm impressed no matter meeting you
me dase oh asa mini akate enye hwe e bia obesan ababiem o poyando ya asemu poyando twa no wa wusu ni to say chairman ko na Paul na ni akoto chairman Wontumi bas na ti ho no chairman Wontumi bas e na ti ho no ya branded the chairman dey ta hwesoro okope NPP national chairman edi Paul hwa o say oyo chairman it's a bomb by
Shamak Israel Yehowa.
Also ye Ghana ni o.
Menya Ghana ni bio.
Can the Japan abo mafia say yo.
Na me kire Wontumi nyansa wo Ghana.
Order in the court.
Hey, asemo abusia. Sometimes you say the be yesterday. Na me kasa me do ko NPP lawyer bi. Ekotena chairman Wontumi TV so. Na ensema lawyer na eka no.